These 10 places are so extreme, so dangerous and so extraordinary that most humans will never visit them, and some never return from. From a lake of pure acid to an island so deadly the government has banned all visitors, these are the world's most extreme and dangerous places. Welcome to Do You Really Know, where we take the world you think you understand and show you how extraordinary it really is. Place 1. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. The most alien place on Earth. The hottest, lowest and most geologically active place on the planet. Temperatures regularly reach 50 degrees Celsius year-round. Sits 125 meters below sea level. Covered in bright yellow and green acid lakes, pH as low as 0.1, more acidic than battery acid. Active lava lakes bubble continuously at the surface. Toxic gases, hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide, fill the air constantly. Named by National Geographic as the cruelest place on Earth, yet the Afa people have lived here for centuries. One of humanity's most extraordinary survival stories. Place 2. Death Valley, California, USA, where Earth tries to kill you with heat. Holds the record for the highest air temperature ever recorded. 56.7 degrees Celsius in 1913. Ground temperature regularly exceeds 93 degrees Celsius, hot enough to fry an egg instantly. Zero shade across vast stretches. The sun reflects off white salt flats, creating a natural oven. Unprepared tourists die here every summer. Heat kills within hours. Despite this, rare flash floods can fill the valley overnight, creating temporary lakes. In extreme wet years, millions of wildflowers bloom across the desert, a phenomenon called the super bloom. Place 3. The Mariana Trench, Pacific Ocean. The deepest and most crushing place on Earth. The deepest point on Earth, Challenger Deep, plunges 11 kilometers below the surface. Pressure at the bottom is 1086 times atmospheric pressure, enough to crush a human body instantly. Temperature hovers just above freezing, perpetually dark, cold and crushing. Despite these extreme conditions, bizarre life forms thrive here, including translucent fish with no eyes, giant amphipods the size of dinner plates, microbes that feed on chemicals rather than sunlight. Only 3 people have ever reached the bottom, fewer than have walked on the moon. The entire Mount Everest could fit inside with 2 kilometers to spare. Place 4. Mount Everest, Nepal, where the sky tries to kill you. At 8,149 meters, the highest point on Earth sits in the death zone above 8,000 meters. Oxygen levels are 1/3 of sea level, insufficient to sustain human life indefinitely. Temperatures plummet to 60 degrees Celsius. Winds exceed 200 km per hour regularly. The human body literally begins dying. Cells deteriorate faster than they can repair. Over 300 people have died attempting the summit. Many bodies remain frozen on the mountain permanently. The Khumbu Icefall, a constantly shifting maze of ice blocks the size of houses, kills climbers every year. Yet over 6,000 people have successfully summited. Human determination at its most extraordinary. Place 5. Snake Island, Brazil. The island nobody is allowed to visit. It's a small island off the coast of São Paulo. Home to between 2,000 and 4,000 golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes on Earth. So densely populated that researchers estimate 1 snake per square meter in some areas. The golden lancehead's venom causes flesh to literally melt around the bite. Kills within 1 hour without treatment. Has no widely available antivenom. The Brazilian government has banned all visitors. Only authorized scientists may visit with special permits. Local legend claims the snakes were placed there by pirates to guard buried treasure. Place 6. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. The city frozen in time by radiation. On April 26, 1986, Reactor 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded. The worst nuclear disaster in history. Released 400 times more radiation than the Hiroshima atomic bomb. A 2,600 square kilometer exclusion zone was immediately evacuated. 350,000 people permanently displaced. The ghost city of Pripyat, home to 50,000 people, was abandoned within 48 hours. Meals left on tables, children's toys scattered in playgrounds, an entire city frozen in the moment of evacuation. Parts of the exclusion zone remained dangerously radioactive for an estimated 20,000 years. Extraordinarily, wildlife has flourished in the absence of humans. Wolves, bears, and lynx roam freely through abandoned streets. Place 7. Tornado Alley, United States of America, where the sky declares war on the ground. A vast corridor stretching across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, experiencing more tornadoes than anywhere else on Earth. Produces an average of 1,200 tornadoes per year, approximately 3 per day. The most powerful tornadoes, EF5 category, feature winds exceeding 320 km per hour, can lift entire houses, cars, and trucks hundreds of meters into the air. The 1925 tri-state tornado remains the deadliest in US history, traveling 352 kilometers and killing 695 people. Despite the danger, storm chasers deliberately drive toward tornadoes, collecting data that saves lives through better warning systems. Place 8. The Boiling Lake, Dominica, a lake that will cook you alive. Located in the Mont Trois-Pitons National Park, a remote Caribbean island. A flooded fumarole, a volcanic vent releasing superheated gases directly into the water. Water temperature at the edges 82 to 92 degrees Celsius, just below boiling point. The center of the lake is gray and bubbling, temperature unmeasurable and potentially above boiling point. Surrounded by toxic sulfurous gases, visitors must move quickly through the area. Getting there requires a 7-hour round-trip hike through dense jungle, making it one of the world's most extreme tourist attractions. The lake occasionally disappears completely, draining underground during periods of increased volcanic activity, then refilling. Place 9. Commonwealth Bay, Antarctica, the windiest place on Earth. Located on the George-Witt coast of Antarctica, experiences katabatic winds, cold dense air rushing downhill from the Antarctic plateau, reaching sustained speeds of 240 km per hour. The strongest wind gust ever recorded here exceeded 320 km per hour. Temperatures combined with wind create a wind chill of 70 degrees Celsius. Explorer Douglas Mawson wintered here in 1912, describing conditions so extreme his team could barely walk outside. The wind is so powerful it sculpts the ice into extraordinary wave-like formations called sastrugi, frozen waves locked in perpetual motion. Despite everything, Adelie penguins breed here successfully every year. And the last place, Kawah Ijen, Indonesia, the volcano that burns electric blue. A highly active volcano in East Java, containing the world's largest acidic crater lake. The lake is a vivid turquoise color, pH of 0.5, essentially pure sulfuric acid. But the most extraordinary feature happens at night. Bright electric blue flames up to 5 meters high burn continuously from volcanic vents, created by liquid sulfur igniting as it contacts air, producing the most extraordinary natural light show on Earth. Despite the toxic environment, sulfur miners work here daily, descending into the crater, breathing toxic gases through primitive cloth masks, carrying 80 to 90 kilogram loads of solid sulfur up the crater walls, earning approximately $10 per day. One of the most powerful examples of human endurance on the planet. Which place shocked you most? Comment below. And if this made you see our planet differently, share it with someone who needs their mind blown today.